July 5th, 2:58 a.m., Michigan. Anxious, excited, scared, and surreal. All words I would use to describe the whirlwind that is my current psyche. Unfortunately, or fortunately, I don't have too much time to spend ruminating on these emotions. First things first, I need to get to Norway. Drop the car at my friend's house near the bus station, walk to the bus station, take the bus to the airport, security, gate, plane, fly for 6 hours to LAX, get stuck outside the airport for 12 hours. Well, I'm at the check-in, and no one's here. Back in the airport and back on the plane for 10 hours, get no sleep. Final stretch, train from the airport to Oslo city center, walk from city center to the hostel, pass out. Well, it's official. Today was my first day fulfilling what I've been dreaming about since I was a little kid. To be alone on the other side of the world. I didn't know much about Oslo going into this trip, and it's not really the reason I'm in Norway, so I spent most of the day just walking around and basking in the excitement that I've finally made it to this point in my life. The real journey begins tomorrow morning when I get my rental car and set off into the beautiful Norwegian nature. I am on my way back to the Oslo station, where I'll get on a train, go back to the airport, and then pick up my rental car. Hopefully all goes smooth, but I will update you guys, hopefully when I'm in a nice car. Alright, I got the car, it went very smooth, and I got upgraded, which I'm very happy about. Look at this thing. The freaking beast. Clueless at the time, I had just begun the adventure of my life. And so, I set off to my first destination, Stranda, a small town where I would be able to explore the area and do an easier hike for the day before my first big hike to ensure that all my gear was working and to build my confidence. But don't be mistaken, the drive from Oslo to Stranda deserves its own place in this story. I'm kind of at a loss of words right now, to be honest. This is just on the drive to where I'm going, and it's already probably the best view I've ever seen in my life. I hope the camera does this justice. I need to get in the right spot to really show you it. This is unreal. Feast your eyes on this. Well, that was insane. I've got 3 hours left. I don't think there's going to be any shortage of more views like that, to be honest, but I gotta keep things moving and hopefully not get distracted by every single thing, because at this rate I would never get there. Alright, see y'all later. As I drove deeper into the mountains and fjords of Norway, the dramatic landscapes became overwhelming. It's hard to explain what I was feeling. It was like my childhood excitement and joy for my little road trip was humbled into a state of complete awe. I was truly ignorant to the extent to which beauty could reach on this planet. I sat there in my car taking stops every 10 kilometers, only offering a few words. I felt anything I had to say would only disservice what I was surrounded by. I only hope that this video can deliver a small percentage of what I was experiencing to the viewers. I made it to the ferry, so I've only got an hour left. So I'm getting close. As you can see, I'm waiting in line here. It took me till right now to realize I haven't ate since 8 in the morning, and it's 7 at night now. So I'm very hungry. I don't have much energy and my brain's starting to not work anymore, so touch base later. It's funny, sleeping last night was the only thing that has felt real to me during this trip so far. I thought I was going to wake up back in my apartment in Michigan with a grueling day of work ahead of me. This morning felt like the first real confirmation that I was in fact living in a dream. Today I hiked Leo Arden, just outside the town. I found myself in a deeply meditative state, pondering the reason for this trip and what direction I would like my life to go in. This was only interrupted by an occasional view that would peek at me through the woods with a beautiful penetrating gaze. Eventually, these woods opened up like the gatekeepers to another world, one that was made for the divine. It felt like I was seeing something only meant for the gods. But here I am now, freely writing in my journal, so it must mean that I'm welcome here, right? Either way, I must be the luckiest person on earth. For today, I walked among gods. At the end of the day, there's always some things you can't escape as a human. It was time to eat.
Apricots are good. They're not nearly as sweet as the ones in the US, which kind of makes sense. I'm going to try the cheese sticks. Interesting. It's very like fluffy. Or airy maybe is a better word. I'm finally headed back. I was up here for probably an hour and a half, to be honest. It's just every time the clouds change and the sun moves a little bit, lights hitting things different, it's like such a just unique moment. And I just want to be there for it. But all good things must come to an end. So on to the next good thing. But I got probably another hour or so down. I'm gonna try not to record as much as I go down because I'm a little low on water, and I might slip and eat it right now. We're good. But yeah, I just might not record as much on my way down. Anywho, I will see you guys later. Ankle is stiffening and my toes are becoming numb. Very fun. Very fun. I'm pissed.
By the time she wakes, I'll be halfway to my mama's home. And it's a mistake, 'cause she never said a thing about Jesus. I miss my mother's southern home.
Descending from that peak went hand in hand with my emotions. I was living out my dream in the most beautiful place on earth, but at the end of the day I was alone. It's difficult to feel special about an experience that is unshared. It almost feels like none of this is actually happening to me. I am my only proof. Maybe this is a truth to life, or maybe it's something that becomes easier with maturity. And maybe that's the reason for me making this video in the first place. I need to know this was a real event that happened in my life. Well, I just got to the ferry in town, and I pulled up and the ferry was leaving. And there's not another one till 7:45. It sucks because I'm already behind schedule in the first place. My morning kind of got off to a slow start, so it's all good. I don't know, I've been thinking a bit too, and I just hope all this videoing that I'm doing really does some justice to how beautiful this place is, because it truly has been, like, it's only been a few days and it's been life-changing. Like I've said before, I mean, I didn't even know something like this could exist on this planet. The only part that's kind of a bummer is, like, I just wish I could show someone else this and experience this with someone else. Not that I'm, like, lonely, you know, it's fine, but I don't know. It's like I just need someone else to, like, know how insane this is. But yeah, so I've got 40 minutes, half an hour until the next ferry gets here. So in the meantime, I'm going to have an energy drink and look out at that. I mean, when all is said and done, look where I am.
Today was quite frankly the only specific reason I came to Norway, to hike from Geiranger to Skagefla, an abandoned medieval farm that has one of the most dramatic views in all of Norway. It sits on the cliff of a fjord that watches over the Seven Sisters waterfall. This was also my first real challenge of the trip. From Geiranger to the farm, it's 5 miles and 2,200 feet of elevation gain, followed by a steep and wet descent from the farm to the water, dropping 850 feet in about a quarter of a mile. From here I would get on a rib boat back to Geiranger where I parked.
It is incredibly beautiful out. I'm excited, I'm nervous, I'm kind of on a time crunch. I'm literally like racing to get this hike done and get back to the Airbnb, or to my new Airbnb. So I am a little bit stressed, not gonna lie. All right, it's officially begun. I don't know, I'm nervous right now. I am as ready as I can be, I guess. Look at this view though. All right, focus up here. Well, I think I may be experiencing the first tragedy of the trip. Oh, I'm such a idiot. I think I left my passport at the Airbnb I was in. It's not in my backpack right now. Maybe it is. Hold on, we might be saved.
It was at this point in the hike where I genuinely started to get a bit worried. I was sore from the hike the previous day and my legs were already burning pretty early on. The trail was also not marked nearly as well as the previous day's hike, which led to me straying from the correct path multiple times. On top of all of this, I had to maintain a very good pace to make my check-in to my next Airbnb, which was still a 3-hour drive from where I was parked. Despite all of this, I knew what was waiting for me at the end of the hike, which is what kept me going strong.
I've been thinking a lot about why I'm doing all this, and I think at the end of the day it comes down to fear. And not the fear of not knowing where I'm going to spend the night, or the fear of getting hurt in another country on the other side of the world, or even the fear of scrambling up steep rock cliffs that are as slick as ice. No, I'm talking about the fear of what I would become had I stayed at my job as an engineer and never took this massive risk in my life. The fear of waking up at 70 years old being something less than what I could have been. So here I am now, I guess, in the grips of life. I don't know at all where any of this or anything in my life is headed, but at least right now I'm not afraid. I'm alive. After a well-earned sandwich, it was time to make the descent down to the ferry so I could get back to my car and drive to my next Airbnb.
Hey, Mitch, I don't know if you're watching this, but remember when you told me not to get close to any ledges? Yeah, I tried my best. This is a little bit tricky on the way down. I kind of understand why I've seen basically everybody going up this direction and not down. So I'm just gonna take my sweet time and not fall to my death. I don't even know if you can tell on camera, but it's really steep. I got down and literally the ferry was taking off like as I got to the bottom of the hike. And the next one doesn't come till 2:50 and it's 1:15 right now. So I got some time. I mean, look at this view I get. I'll probably see you guys back at the car. I'm gonna put all my stuff away and just chill out for now.
Within broken bright is shining down.
I made it. I got rescued by another rib boat like an hour earlier than the one that I thought I had to wait for, which was really nice. I got dried off and now I have to do the 3-hour drive to where I'm staying tonight. I'm not gonna lie, I'm exhausted and I need food and I just want to take a hot shower, and I'm just so looking forward to just being settled there at the place. So I'm telling myself this now. I am 100% not recording a single thing from now until I get to my Airbnb. And I need to verbalize that and promise it to myself. I need a break. It's been a lot. Anyways, I will see you guys next sometime tonight. We'll see. Bye.
Is that the only walking in the dark?
So I just got into my Airbnb. I'm just at a loss for words. I'm just gonna show you guys it. Look at this view. I mean, let me show you a little. Okay, I'm gonna eat and get settled in because I'm really tired.
That you never had it. Don't tell nobody that you was abandoned. I'm the only one that know about your tragedy. I can't feel sorry when you lost random. I can't feel sorry you lost ransom. Drown yourself in a space of fabrics.
Alright, I don't know how great you can tell in the window, but here's my setup right now. I got my poncho on, and then I can take out my camera to shoot. And then I just put this, and you're now in the poncho.
This ain't something that you should decide. Born in the States, tell nobody that you never had it. Don't tell nobody that you was abandoned.
Today's goal was to do a short hike that would give an incredible view of Trollveggen, which literally means troll wall in English. Unfortunately, the fog that I woke up to in the morning didn't seem to want to lift. I decided I would give it a shot anyway.
Just appreciate yourself. Won't you think about you and I? Just grab my hand and look me in the eye. Look, this ain't something you should decide. This ain't something that you should decide.
Guys, I found some friends. Look. I could take them.
Although I was never able to see much further than 50 feet, I still really enjoyed today. I spent probably an hour up there just sitting around. There was something magical about being in a cloud surrounded by stealth gigantic mountains. It felt like I was in some sort of limbo, but like a nice limbo. Oh well, I would just have to try again tomorrow morning on my way out of town.
When I got back to my Airbnb that evening, the fog actually did eventually lift, and what it revealed was a memory I'll have forever. One last look. Taking it in. It's just getting a nice little back scratch against that van. Come on, guys. Alright, it's happening for real this time. Weather's perfect. It's a bit more traffic though on the trail. That's fine. I'm doing kind of a speed hike here, just because I've still got a lot I need to do today to get to where I'm going to be tonight. We're going to see the troll wall, and it's going to be very epic. Wow, that was amazing. Such a good way to start the day. I've got a few things I need to do here in the car, so I'm going to figure those things out, and then I'm going to start driving towards Besseggen. Today's probably going to be a bit of a rest day for me, and just kind of, I don't know, mentally, physically preparing for tomorrow. And apparently the hotel I'm staying at has food that's included. Last full day in Norway. Very sad. So I had a good night. I feel pretty rested. I just got all my stuff together, and now I'm gonna go drive to the trailhead. So I will see you guys on this beautiful hike today. The entire trip has been training me for this day. Nut Shoe Loop. An 8-mile hike with one half of the hike following a ridge that overlooks the surrounding lakes and mountains, and the other half being relatively flat following the river and the valley. The part that makes this day more daunting than the rest is the scrambling sections that are practically vertical. I was nervous, but I felt prepared from all my previous hikes, and so I began the push for Norway's final challenge. All right, let's go.
in, and I am already sweating. And this is where I have to go. I don't know if you can tell how far away those other ridges are, but they're far. Keep on moving along. I'm coming up on the last stretch to the highest point.
Well, I had basically done it. I stopped to eat my lunch and then continue on with the rest of the hike. But from here on out, it should be a breeze. Right?
Back up we go. Oh god. I have probably 100 mosquito bites. My shoes, socks, and feet are soaked in water. Dude, I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to walk tomorrow. So I'm gonna drive back to the hotel and I am going straight in that water. That will do wonders for me because tomorrow is gonna be interesting. I am not gonna be feeling good physically.
Well, if you couldn't tell, that hike kicked my ass. I was definitely the most physically exhausted I had been on the entire trip. Every part of my body was aching. Nothing some 40-degree glacier water can't fix though. Once I went for my cold plunge and got cleaned up, I was feeling better. And that's when things kind of started to hit me that this was my last night in Norway for who knows how long. During dinner, I became sort of sad and fell into a nostalgic state looking back on all that I had done in just a week. I tried to sleep, but something kept calling me back outside to get one last look at this beautiful country. I just came outside because I can't really sleep for whatever reason. I think it's because I really don't want to leave Norway. But anyways, I'm just gonna chill out here and enjoy the view while I can. I don't know exactly what my future has in store for me, but I know that I'll always remember this as the beginning. Thanks, Norway. And if you made it to the end of this video, it really does mean the world to me. Thank you. See you guys in the next one.